What's going on, everybody? This is Alex KGB. So season 1 has started, and with all the nerfs and balance changes, I decided to go with Barbarian. The Barbarian I'm building for the season is going to be very similar to the Barbarian that I ended up going with during the internal realm. So if you want to see, let's take a look what it is and ask you, okay, access seasonal content, create new character. So I have a new character. If you start new character completely and you did not beat campaign, you can go through the campaign with a seasonal character and then continue within season 1 story. If you beat the campaign, you can just skip the campaign and go directly to the seasonal. So the barbarian that I will be building will be thorns, bleeding damage, and attack speed. Now and dual wield. So I'll show you on this one and what I got already so far. So you have with this I'm able to clear nightmare dungeons 5 levels higher after all the nerfs, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels higher than this character after the nerfs. And what I'm going for, so I'm going for Blood Rage. Killing bleeding triggers 10% chance to trigger Berserker, and additional Berserker duration and damage, bleeding damage. So this is in terms of Paragon, right? In terms of the skill tree, what I'm going for, so over here, I'm still deciding what I want, but you can safely go with Unconstrained if you want to, or Unbridled Rage. Really depends how you build, but how your build fills, right? But I have so Frenzy and Combat Frenzy, Enhanced Frenzy for the attacks, then Rend, Enhanced Rend, and Violent Rend, Rallying Cry, Enhanced Rallying Cry, Strategic Rallying Cry, Outburst, and Toffets as nails both at 3. Challenge and Shout, Enhanced Challenge and Shout, Strategic Challenge and Shout. Then there's War Cry, Enhanced War Cry, and Power War Cry. Also Booming Voice, Pit Fighter, No Mercy, Slaying Strike, doing Bleeding 60% slow with Hamstring. I did not focus on making enemies vulnerable because they nerfed vulnerable, so I'm going to focus more on critical strike and attack speed. Then 6 skin, defensive stance, and 3 at counter-offensive. Over here we have Duelist, Wrath of the Berserker, Prime Wrath of the Berserker, Supreme Wrath of the Berserker, and the last skill, I'm still deciding between Unconstrained, Unbridled Rage, and Gushing Wounds, what works better. But this build, so for the items that I have, I got the Butcher's Cleaver, Ancestral Unique Axe. I have Remaldin's Magnum Opus, Sacred Unique Sword. Over here is Thorns. When Berserking 2200, Thorns were Berserking. And over here, basic skill gains 48% attack speed. So this is like probably like the core items for this build. The rest is Immune Bubble, 26 chance to reduce cooldown of non-ultimates, Wild Berserking Fire damage, Barrier. Okay, this one was when I was running Whirlwind, but again I switched off Whirlwind when they changed the nerfed vulnerable damage, so I'm going with Bleed instead. But this one was working before, but not gonna go with Whirlwind. Over here, okay, Frenzy Maximum Stack. Increase Frenzy Maximum Stack by 2. While you have Maximum Frenzy, your other skills gain 15 increased attack speed. So that's another thing that's important. So Battle Trance, Sacred Unique Amulet, you want to have that for your Frenzy. Then there's Thorns Dealt, has 30% chance to deal damage to all enemies around you. And whenever you deal direct damage while berserking, inflict 29 of the base damage dealt as additional bleeding damage over 5 seconds. So maybe give it a quick kind of overview for the build itself, and then we'll go to the seasonal character and I'll talk about the overall season flow and what I think how it is, right? So this build, how it works and how it will work, plus Malignant, right? Additions to it. So thorns, you do all three screams. Now this one also guarantees on top another 30% of maximum life as thorns. There's one more item that gives you thorns armor, but I don't have it right now. So you engage with all three screams. Now, for your attack, for frenzy, it's really fast, especially when you're running with Berserker. So you can tank with just your basic attack and fight bosses, no problem. To fight bosses, no problem. With all three skill, with all three shouts, neighbor. Or you can go with red for additional damage. But let's. You see how they just get up because of the thorns? They pretty much clear themselves out. Find someone more beefy. Okay, here we go. So all three shouts, you're unstoppable. This is just regular attacks, basic. And you see they're terrified right away. This is with Ren.
I need more fury.
And then Ren. Now, with Berserker on top of it.
I need more fury.
So this is pretty much how it looks. So smaller minions, they just clear themselves out against your thorns, especially with shouts. Shouts give you unstoppable. This gives boosted damage. This boosts your armor, and then you can just do frenzy and keep on attacking, punching the boss with your basic attack, killing him. So yeah. And this also generates bleeding damage, so if I'll hit something here, let's see again. So this guy, so when I'm attacking, you can see there's a little of bleed damage added on top. So the more you attack, the more bleed damage is going to be. And because attacks are pretty fast, you will be able to stun the bosses multiple times just going with attacks and basic attacks and frenzy. They will be stunned sometimes twice throughout the course as you fight them. And then it will be also bleeding as you attack them. It's going to go up as you attack. So overall, I think it's pretty good build, especially after the nerf. So the bleeding damage is very valuable now comparing to vulnerable damage, and crits were nerfed too, but still a good multiplier to have. So attack speed plus bleed plus crits gonna deliver pretty much almost the same level of damage as before. And okay, so let's go to the seasonal character now. That's new. I'm not sure why they added the timer like that. Maybe not 10 seconds, at least 5. Alright. So here we go. Seasonal Barbarian. So in terms of the skills laid out, I'm already off there with the skills. Get in that direction. I have all three shouts. I have Berserker. I have Rend and Frenzy. I mean, there are no sacred items. There's no like unique artifacts yet. But still, here though, it really works with this build because you have Devious Heart that gives you a 30% chance to knock down all enemies for 1.25 seconds when skills attack speed is higher than 29%. So this happens with your frenzy. After 3 attacks, you will be boosted up to 60, so 60% attack speed. So you will be continuously knocking enemies down, elites, stunning bosses. So I mean, it works really well. Now, so in terms of gameplay, So far, I mean, what you want to do, you go into press tab and you go into the map, and then you go into the season by pressing U. And then you go into season journey. So I completed chapter 1, working chapter 2, and you gotta have to go through those tasks. So this seasonal campaign doesn't really feel like, you know, the original campaign that goes through the story. This is more kind of, you know, going around the world doing different tasks, and when you complete those tasks, it enables you parts of the story completion for the season, which is fine. So far, after clearing chapter 1, I got some rewards, and then there's some rewards that will be after you gonna complete chapter 2. With the rewards, in-game rewards for was aspects and drops, you also progress in your tier, in your battle pass, and you got like a bunch of free stuff, cosmetics. If you want, you can get them and apply towards your character. I don't really care about that much. The reason why I was buying uh, the battle pass originally, just to get like access, was early beta. Now, so the campaign, seasonal campaign, is not going to feel exactly like the main storyline. It feels more like, okay, I'm going around the map and kind of doing the tasks off the checklist. Now, though, when you complete those tasks, get them off the checklist, it kind of enables the story, main storyline progression, which is all right. And the tasks are like going and getting a stronghold. The first 2 chapters is just like visiting cellars, doing dungeons, clearing out strongholds, doing some like basic tasks. One of the things, like for example, in order to progress in chapter 2, you have to go up to level 25. You do feel that there was some decrease in the experience as you go, but maybe because I started in World Tier 2 and there was some, what, 5% increase on the minions, it doesn't feel as bad. Now, what I'm doing right now is just mainly discovering endpoints, doing sellers. Actually, let's do this one. And I'll show you how it works to build Frenzy was Red for this particular character with Malignant Heart items. Go right here.
I can't do that here.
Maybe let's clear everything out, sell everything. Alright, so again, you go into the season tab for your chapter journey. You see, okay, so 10 sellers. I need to do 10. I did 5. So I'll do this one. It will be 6. Plus, also, I'm going to clear it out for the Tree of Whispers. So, the progression is a little bit slower, but it's not as bad. So, doing all 3 shouts and Berserker. So everything is going down because of the dwarves kill themselves. The boss. You see boss. The keeps getting dropped.
I'm out of fury.
The is getting dropped because of this devious heart, right? So, maybe I do see the logic now, like with nerfing. And I understand why people are angry, because they got used to it, the power level, the progress, the easy boosts, right? Now it's all gone. So the game gonna take a little bit longer to progress through, and people, that used to play in a certain way are pissed. But if you're starting fresh, you probably will not notice it as you go through the map, as you go through the story. It's not going to be as noticeable. And the fixes, the removals of the multiplications, and the damage, I know they will have a panel tomorrow to talk about, but I think why they did it and nerfed so many things. Sork is nerfed beyond oblivion, but that's not a topic. They're probably gonna do something about it. they did this so when you have those devious hearts that have multiple um, multiplications on damage and attack speed and all that, your build is not too powerful, is not game breaking, right? So that's my thoughts on it. In terms of seasonal campaign, I mean, I'm okay with going around doing tasks. Um, I wish it had a bit more of kind of cinematic story aspects. Same it was with Lilith, but it is an open world. You will go around the open world and interact with it doing different tasks for the story. My hope that going forward in future seasons they will add more kind of PvE functionality and story depth, so better quests, not just go there kill that, a kind of like character quests, story quests, more kind of RPG element to it, and some other PvP and PvE mechanics that will engage with the players and players, and make the end game more interesting. I don't see personally, because I'm not a professional streamer in any way, more like casual gamer, the one, I'm the targeted audience for this because I got a wife, a kids, and I work, so I don't have too much time to play. So I don't see myself, even with this one character, ever like reaching level 100. Um, Probably not going to happen, right? Because when you get to level 85, it's a half of the experience. Like you will need exactly some same amount of experience from level 85 to level 100. That is like tons of time. And with the slow progression, it's 250, maybe 200 plus hours. So anyway, what I was saying that after level 60, when someone reached out level 60, I would love to see with seasonal content more RPG elements, more engagement with PvP and PvE based on your level. That will make the end game more interesting. Now, another thing that actually they changed for this season, now all of the regions are scaling with you, so there's no like regions that higher level as than you. You pretty much can go anywhere because all the map is discovered, so you can do your tasks across all of the map. Okay, so hopefully this was interesting. This is my build, Barbarian build for the season 1 that I'm going for, and that's my thoughts on the season itself. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. This was Alex KGB, and bye bye.